All right, we're recording. Hi, everybody. Beth Newberry. I am usually coming to you from my office in Rhode Island, but we are on vacation, so I am coming to you from Bryan Head, Utah. Then this afternoon, we're headed to Las Vegas, and tomorrow we're headed to Palm Springs, which is pretty closed down, but we want to do some check out Joshua Tree, that kind of stuff. So we're actually packing up our hotel room. We have to check out in half an hour, I told Mindy, but we're getting this in now. So I am welcoming Mindy Werth to this call, and I'm thrilled to have her on today, or Zoom, and then we're gonna go ahead and share it to Facebook at 5 o'clock Eastern, because that's when I usually do this. And we're just going to share a little bit about Pure Haven and the business opportunity. So Mindy, welcome, and thank you for being available again on such short notice. I really appreciate it. Can you tell us a little bit about why you decided to become a consultant?
Yes, it's been wonderful. I have very sensitive skin. Pretty much everything has irritated my skin. Remember, I had someone tell me a long time ago that it was fragrance that was the big culprit. Never really put that together, I think until 10-ish years ago. And when I started learning about all the different ingredients in products that are harmful to us. And so of learning more about Pure Haven and opportunity to become a consultant, and the products are amazing. It's amazing to have safe products and to have just the go-to source. Everything is great.
Yeah. So I always like to touch on a few key points about being a consultant, and you can certainly share your thoughts as we go along. And so first of all, let's talk about what we're giving away. My husband's in the background packing up, as I said, so he might wave back there. So every week we do a giveaway. I've been a little lax on getting the giveaways out, but I promise if you win, you will get them. If you haven't won in the last month anything in this group, we will, you can please post in the comments that you are a guest, and you'll be entered into a drawing. Even better, if you want to be sure to get the extra products, if you sign on by 5 o'clock Eastern on Saturday, after this video, after I post this video, you'll automatically receive these presents. So we are giving away a tinted moisturizer. Do you use the tinted moisturizer, Mindy?
I actually don't. That's one I don't use.
You know, I loved the ivory when we had it, and we've discontinued it because apparently not as many people are as pale as I am. So, but I do use the beige. Yeah, exactly. So I do use the beige, and it works really well. So it's so light that it gives you just a little bit of coverage. And even if your coloring is not quite that color, for me, the ivory was perfect, but the beige still works for me. So if I just want a little bit of coverage, I find it just evens everything out nicely. The mascara, which I absolutely love, I don't really use very much. I hardly ever wear makeup, but the mascara is nice. And it is not waterproof, because all those waterproof mascaras have a ton of toxic chemicals in them. So that's not who we are as a company. And the lip gloss, and you can choose your color of lip gloss. My go-to color is plum. Do you ever wear the lip gloss?
No, I haven't really explored the makeup much lately.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
When when you're using Pure Haven products, I find it's really funny. I think a lot of our consultants tend to be sort of not big on the makeup usage anyway. But when you're feeling really confident with your skin and how it just sort of glows and looks nice naturally, you feel like, oh, I don't need to put on a lot of makeup. So our skincare is so good that you really don't need to be putting on a lot of makeup, which is really nice. So, but it's always nice when you have, if you're going out for some reason, to have that, to just have something to make you feel a little bit more dressed up. So some people wear it daily. Some people are more like, oh, I just throw it on when I have to be somewhere. Let's talk a little bit. So to get those, again, comment guest, and I will do a drawing. And if you decide before tomorrow night at 5 Eastern, the time zones are killing me out here. I'm like, what time is that here? So it'll be 3 o'clock here I'm in Mountain, and it'll be 2 o'clock Pacific, which is where I will be tomorrow. So Mindy and I will be in the same time zone. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the mission. So Pure Haven is founded on a mission to make every home a pure haven. You don't have to do all the work. I don't know about you, Mindy. When I first started, like, I would pull things out of my cupboards, and I would look at ingredients, and I'd be at the store and I'd be looking at ingredients, and it was so daunting because you'd see the name of some big long ingredient, and then you'd have to do all this research. Is it safe? Isn't it safe? Pure Haven is really committed to making sure that every single ingredient we put in our products is completely safe. And if anything comes out to contradict that, they're really amazing about saying we will reformulate. So if tomorrow, let's choose a super safe ingredient that we all know is fabulous, aloe was found to be toxic, they'd reformulate. So that's a really nice piece of what we do. We are manufactured in a USDA organic facility in Rhode Island. So everything is made in America. There's a couple of products that aren't made in Rhode Island, but everything is made in America. So that's a really nice piece. Anything that you find about that whole piece of it that's really comforting to you, or that that was really helpful when you first started, or now even?
Well, I think Island, I got to go on the tour of the facility, and that was really kind of, I think, maybe like sealing the deal, because they showed us how careful they are with everything. When they receive the ingredients into the facility, it stays like secured, clean and pure. And I was just that much more impressed with the company, and like seeing how true they are to their promise of bringing us safe, perfect ingredients. So
yes,
it was the mission is really, they stand by that for sure.
Yes, absolutely. So the next piece I like to touch on is flexibility. So as I mentioned, I'm sitting here in Utah. We're about to drive to Las Vegas, then we're going to California, and I can bring my business with me. I can work wherever I want. We actually went to Norway and Germany last summer. I did a little work while I was there. I try to keep vacation, so I'm not doing a ton of work. But my in-laws actually are closing on a condo in Rhode Island today, and I know that I'll have to spend some time helping them get acclimated to their move, and I can bring my computer with me to their house and just sort of hang out and work from there if I need to. So I built my business completely in karate waiting rooms and dance waiting rooms. How have you found the flexibility of working your Pure Haven business?
I never even thought about the flexibility about that, because it's so true. I can be on my phone. I can be, really anywhere, waiting in a doctor's office, waiting just anywhere you're waiting, and you're, quickly hop on and, help somebody with an order, or, with a question, and it literally anywhere.
Yeah.
I think I was traveling with a family a couple of years ago. I may have been in Europe and needed to help someone with an order in the middle of the night, because whatever time it was there, and I was jet lagged, so I was awake, and it worked to help someone that way.
Yeah, I remember getting off of the monorail in Disney World one time and checking my phone and seeing a text from one of my customers who needed some help with an order. And before we got through security at Epcot, she had her order placed. And so, it really is, you can work anywhere. And so, and if you think about that just in terms of dollars and cents, I don't remember how much that order was, but I'm guessing it was probably around $100 order. So there I was at Disney World, and from the walk to the monorail to the security gate at Epcot, I made $30. Right? Like, okay, that's really not how many people get to say that. And so, you don't always have to be on. You don't always have to work. I've definitely, I've shut down a lot during our vacation and tried to really enjoy that family time. But it is nice to have that flexibility to just sort of be able to work wherever you want to. And I'm sure my customer would have waited until I got back to the hotel that night or even the next day. But it was nice just to go, boop, 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 done. And yeah. So what about, can you speak a little bit about the camaraderie that you've felt being part of this Pure Haven family and our team?
Oh, absolutely. That's probably, the icing on the cake, as they say, because there's always someone to answer questions. So between my upline, Sarah, then Trina,
Mm-hmm.
then you've always been so available. And if you don't know the question, or sorry, you don't know the answer, you're like, I'll find out. Or, email consultant services, and they're always so accessible. I mean, it's amazing and so friendly, and just everyone always is just so willing to help.
Yeah.
I don't think I've really felt that kind of support. I think in a lot of roles and whatever I've done throughout my life,
Mm-hmm.
being able to just know that somebody's there, I think it makes the business part just kind of so much easier. Like there's never a worry.
Right, right. I also love, and I don't know if I remember Mindy lives in California now, but she comes back to Rhode Island occasionally. And one time when she came back to Rhode Island, I got to hang out with her and have breakfast. It was really nice. I find that most of the consultants, um, we are all sort of care about this non-toxic message and life, and we want to sort of do what's best for our families and friends and everybody around us and help everybody be more healthy. And I think that lends to, like, when you meet another consultant, there's sort of this immediate like, oh my gosh, like, it's my people, I found my tribe, and like we all care about the same things. And so that's sort of a nice, sometimes when you're in a work environment, you have a lot of people around you who are very different from you, and obviously we have a lot of differences too, but we all have that sort of bonding thing that holds us together. And it's sort of nice to have that in a work environment, and that doesn't always happen either. Can you talk a little bit about the compensation that you've gotten from your Pure Haven business and how that's helped?
Oh, for sure. It's funny when you mentioned just walking down, through Disney World and making $30. I know Pure Haven has one of the best compensation packages. And someone was asking me about that who's thinking about joining, and she said, "Oh, and what about the compensation package?" I said, I think I was talking about airplanes again. I think I got off an airplane one time, and I had 2 orders come through while I was on the flight. So I was like, oh, I just made money just sitting on a flight. I wasn't even doing anything.
You froze up a little bit between when you asked, and maybe I froze up, I don't know, but one of us froze up between talking about what you said to your friend and the airplane in terms of the compensation. So if you could repeat that, I don't know if it was me or you.
Sure. So my friend had asked me about the compensation package, and I said it's excellent. And then one time I was on a flight, and I'd gotten off the flight, and a couple of orders came through, and I was like, oh, I made money just sitting on a flight.
Right. And that happens. We have this fantastic program called Preferred Club, which we really encourage people now. It's been around for not very long in the grand scheme of Pure Haven, but twice a month on the 5th and the 20th, those orders go through, and I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, I have $500 in orders. Like, I just made money while I slept. Also, in terms of compensation, so we make 30 to 35% on all of our orders. If it's a preferred club member, we make 35%. If it's just one of those random orders that comes in however, we make 30%. And we can also make a lot of money helping other people. So Mindy mentioned that her uplines have always been very supportive. We actually I make the vast majority of my income supporting my team. So I try to be very, very available to my team. I make 6 figures doing this. Mindy's kind of dabbled for years, which is great. And it doesn't matter where you want to be on that spectrum. If you want to be sort of like, you know, oh, I need some extra money this month, I'll work my business a little bit harder to make some more money, you can do that. Or if you really want to turn it into your full-time career, you can work towards that. And it'll take a couple of years. It's not instant. It's not like, oh, I'm going to make 6 figures next week if I join today, but it can happen pretty fast if you are really working it like a job. So I happen to make 6 figures doing this. I've earned a car, I've earned vacations, I've earned jewelry, I've earned cash bonuses. So you can either choose to dabble and do a little bit here and there, or you can choose to work it as a full-time job, and there's all kinds of great benefits. Mindy, can you talk a little bit about getting free and discounted products as a consultant?
Oh yes, that's kind of a neat aspect of it when you you know, create those parties and you know, put in those orders, and then you get to a certain, you know, level, either 300 or 400 or higher, and then you have the free products and the discounted product. You work to get free products. You add the orders, it works, and then you get that bonus of helping your clients out too, because then they get rewards in their parties. So
right,
it's really is beneficial to everyone.
yeah,
really
yeah. So with that preferred club program that I mentioned, the really cool thing about that is at the end of the month, consultants have this sort of bucket that their preferred club orders go into, and that counts as a party for the consultant. So, and then the host will also get the rewards. So the company allows us to sort of give our hosts all the rewards from preferred club members, and they also give us all the rewards from preferred club members. So it's kind of cool. I love that piece of it. I love that, you know, I can have a host who's racking up her points towards getting her free products, and then I can also get my free products. I think we've talked about a lot of stuff. One thing we haven't talked about is training. Can you speak a little bit to the training you got with Pure Haven?
Oh yeah, I think that I feel like I signed up. Sarah immediately was there to, you know, to walk me through the basics of things. And then I think Trina called me right away. I think you called me right away. I mean, this is like 5 or 6 years ago now. I can't remember how long ago this was. Text me. It was the support is unmatched. It's amazing.
We also have, so we have training from the team, but then we also have corporate training. So one of the, you know, there are so many hard things about COVID and what we're dealing with right now, but one of the cool things about COVID is that it's made some of our national training a lot more accessible. We love all getting together, and it's kind of sad that we don't get to go to conference, but now I have consultants from all over the country who feel like conference is much more accessible because it's going to be online. So typically you would go and gather at a big conference center. This one was supposed to be in Connecticut. We had leadership that was supposed to happen in Orlando, but those have been put on hold, but now they're free and accessible to everyone. So that's a really cool part. And the corporate does training every week, and we have a team meeting every week that people can access if they want. So we have a lot of training available to you to get started. So you, again, If you want to do this part-time, you can. If you want to do it full-time, you can. Whatever works for you. I'm just going to share our kits so that people can see, okay, we've talked about all the benefits, but how do you get started? And I think one of the things, I was on a horse ride yesterday. My son loves horseback riding. So we took him for a 3-hour ride in the like out on the plains in Utah or valley in between these mountains. It was beautiful. But I was talking to the girl who was, she is a sophomore in college, and she has a friend who had approached her about doing direct sales. And she said, well, it seems a little pyramid schemey to me. And I said, oh, I totally understand how you feel. You know, I think a lot of people feel that way, and they're a little nervous about, oh, what am I getting myself into? And so I kind of talked her through some of that. And I said, you know, if you are getting products for what you're buying into, then, and there's no commitment to do anything more with it, I think you'll find that really is a really good indicator of whether the company is legitimate or not. And there are a lot of legitimate companies out there, and there are a lot of not so legitimate companies out there. And the kit prices are one of the big indicators to tell. If you are paying thousands of dollars to buy into a company and all you're getting is the business, it's really not that great a deal. And I can think of one company that I know where people were spending $5,000, $6,000 to get their starter kits. And yeah, and then they were reselling stuff at retail. So if they didn't do well to start out, they were stuck with products and not, that they couldn't use. One of the great things about Pure Haven is that we're consumable. So when you buy your kit, you're going to use all these products. So this basic kit that we're going to start with looking at is $99 right now. So talk to your consultant. They can get you, it's typically $199. What we sell this for at retail is $149. And so you're actually getting a deal when you buy the kit. And that comes with sort of, I call it our best seller kit, because some of these are sort of a package of some of our favorite products that we have. If you're thinking, oh, I've heard everybody talking about the skincare and I really want the skincare, I just want to point out, if you go with the lifestyle kit, right now it's $189 to get the skincare set and the basic kit put together. So this is, we call it the lifestyle bundle. So it's a little bit confusing at retail, but the lifestyle bundle and the skincare set for $189. Then if you're thinking, wow, I really want to do this and I really want to build and I have a big family, you're going to use all these products. So a $1,079 retail value for $479, you can't beat it. I was talking to someone who had 2 teenage girls who was thinking of joining, and I'm like, they're each going to want their own skincare set. So it makes sense to buy this. So you're going to go through the products. It's not like you're going to lose out. So as soon as you join, you get a 30% discount moving forward, which is really cool. So that's a great piece of this business that you get to tap into. And, again, you can do it to buy for yourself and maybe have a few family and friends who buy, or you can really build a full-time income with this. So talk to the consultant who invited you, post that you're a guest in the comments, and if you join by tomorrow at 5 Eastern, so Saturday, July 18th at 5 Eastern, you will get the tinted moisturizer, the mascara, and the lip gloss. I was like, lip balm? No, that's not right. I think I need more coffee. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me today, Mindy. I really appreciate it. I hope this helps some of you make your decision about how you'd like to join us. If you just want to stay a customer, we love our customers too. So don't feel any pressure to join, but it's really in your best interest to get the discount and maybe dip your toes into doing it as more. So thanks so much for joining me, Mindy. Thanks everyone. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye. Take care.